there's an idea in the book of Exodus, very beginning, first, I think, 10, maybe 12 chapters, that I know either some people or a lot of people, even some Christians, have a hard time understanding, have a hard time with. And it's this concept of, this biblical concept of whether or not God can overpower somebody's free will. Now, I'm not going to specifically answer that theological question in this video, but what I will point out is some people may and will bring up this event in the Old Testament where it says twice with these 10 plagues and with Pharaoh pursuing the Israelites after he let them go, that God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Now, the argument is, if God is loving and he says he won't override your free will, how come he hardened Pharaoh's heart? But first, to understand this, we must read the previous chapters. Yes, God did tell Moses, and I will harden his heart. But before God acted, Pharaoh himself hardened his heart. So Pharaoh hardened his own heart in his own pride and stubbornness multiple times before the Lord even hardened Pharaoh's heart. And then even after that, Pharaoh still hardened his heart. And also the Apostle Paul mentions this topic when he mentions the Old Testament, where the Lord says, I will have compassion on whom I have compassion, and I will have mercy on whom I have mercy. Basically, God is the potter, we are the potted. Now, do I believe that God will just go around hardening people's hearts and God will just go around overpowering people's free will? No, he loves us. But there is a difference between God choosing randomly to overpower somebody's free will and harden their heart versus him doing that after they've rejected and rejected and rejected, and he knows that they're not going to come to him. Now, it is different to a degree with this Old Testament versus the New Testament, but the sentiment remains that Pharaoh hardened his heart multiple times before the Lord ever did anything.